Alright, I've been sleeping on this one for a little too long here. This is something that was sent to me by our forum friends over at Tacoma4G.com. There's a forum for 4th Gen Tacomas. And there's a company over there called Trumgeta. 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 They were asking for feedback on an item that they've designed. And I'll be honest, I wasn't super excited about it. But I gave them some feedback in the thread, and they offered to send me a unit to review. So this is that unit. So what do we got here in the box? We've got 4 magnets with ball joints on them that lock into position. There's little Allen keys here that you can lock it if you find it into the good position, I guess. There's 4 of those. There's a little anodized tray kind of thing. It also has 4 little feet on it down here with hooks on the back. And another larger tray. Looks like some sort of molly panel configuration here. I hope the lighting is good here. I know it's kind of backlit, but I think it'll get the point across. And then there's a bunch of hooks that come in this bag. So I'm going to unbox all this here. Oh wow. And these are absolutely sticking to my table saw. Okay. So that's what comes in the package. Just a set of instructions here. It's called the C2079V03 Modular Molly Organizer. And it has the name Melipron. M-E-L-I-P-R-O-N. Melipron. That's a little strange. Because I know this is coming from... Oh my god. I'm not going to be able to get these off of it. Yeah, I am. Okay. Because this, again, is from a company called Trumgeta on the forums. So, let me get these set up. Wow, this is super interesting. Okay. Maybe I should put down the foam here while I get this set up. So these go in here. I guess you want maybe the adjusting screws over to the side where you can access them if you wanted to. And again, there's a twist function here. So I will want to get the little Allen key. Does it come with an Allen key? It does not come with an Allen key, which is strange. So let me grab one real quick. Mess of Allen keys. Okay. So yeah, the Allen key, so it looks like this little twist adjustment here. You want to get it kind of set up straight, and then you can tighten the Allen key for the rotation. Is that correct? Oh, it looks like it screws... Oh, so it screws on. Interesting. So does this just lock this in place? I guess it does. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be... I don't think you're going to be adjusting this too much once you get it set up. So again, let me just go through this real quick. So there's 4 kind of thumb screws in here. And these go in here. I haven't even looked at the instructions. I'm literally just looking at the first image, and I can kind of see everything that needs to be explained. I will look at the instructions in a sec and see if I'm missing anything, but I don't think so. The magnets really are very powerful, which you'll see the purpose of this once I'm done setting it up. And again, this is something that I gave them the honest feedback on the forum. I was like, I don't really see this being super useful, but I am open to being pleasantly surprised. So these go here. And here. Okay, and then let me move the camera here. So the idea behind this thing is that you're setting up camp and you stick this on your truck. And that's where the adjustability of the magnets comes in, is that if you don't have a perfectly flat surface, you can still kind of angle it to get on your truck. Now, this then clips in here, you know, and then you've got somewhere, oh, I'm drinking my coffee in the morning, there it is. You can hang little hooks from here, or here, or anywhere. And then you've even got a little piece of elastic here. And I guess what you could do here, let me look at the manual so I'm not just selling them short here. So you got a bungee cord, a tray, a hook, a carabiner, the thumb nuts, the magnets. How do they intend to use the carabiner? Get it installed. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that is a little interesting. So if you look at the tray itself, let's take these off. Let's just hang these all down here. So the little 4 feet that are here also line up with the molly panel, I guess. Those little feet on the molly panel. And so in theory what you could do I guess is just make a little double knot here. Create a little bungee cord. I mean, this is weird. I feel like you could have just included a single bungee cord, but sure. Let's say you want to do that. So what you can do is you can put this in here. And then you can wrap the carabiner around. And so this is kind of the problem that I run into with this whole setup. Maybe you do it the long way or whatever. I'm not wild about this flying around like it just did and scratching up my truck, you know? So if you were to get this set up, maybe hook it on that little thumb bar here, you know, it could come through here. Again, this is sketching me out just doing this, because if I let go of this carabiner, it's going to fly and it's going to hit my door. Okay, so here I have it plugged in now. Then I could come up here and there's these little notches right here, and I could store it like this, you know, again, if I wanted to. The idea of the hooks being that you can set coffee cups on them or something. I mean, you could think of things that you could hang off of there, little pouches of whatever. This to me, I'm not going to be a jerk about it, but this to me looks kind of like a problem, like a solution looking for a problem. I'm probably not going to deal with setting this up in the morning. I mean, so let's devil's advocate. What's the best use case for this? it's pouring rain, you've got like a 270-degree awning or something, and space is limited, or it's a muddy mess on the ground, and you literally do not want to deploy a table, right? I could see this being that case. Let's see how easy it is to move once it's attached. Again, you got to take all these little hooks off. They're going to fly around. So let's say, here's my coffee cup. Get the little hooks in here. Take this off. I mean, it seems well built. I don't think that this is going to break or anything. Then to get this off my truck, it's not that bad. The magnets are powerful, but not to the point of being obnoxious or anything. And again, I think once you get the thumb screws tightened, you would probably want these to be facing out, you know, or whatever, and then you could move it lower. My truck is dirty right now, which again, kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies that as I'm moving these magnets, I'm taking this dirt and I'm rubbing them into the paint. I feel like there is kind of a soft surface on these, but it's not like felt. Maybe if they covered these with some sort of fabric, because I don't think it's going to fall off, but I would be nervous if this slid around at all and was kind of grinding. I mean, it's a truck, you know, if you're overlanding or whatever, I don't worry about getting pinstripes on the trail, you know, if I drive too close to a bush or whatnot. So, you know, depending on how much of a pavement princess your truck is, and then in that case, you're probably not going to need something like this out in the wild. So I don't know. It seems kind of neat. It's a cool idea. Again, no disrespect to Trumgeta. I love a lot of their products. I'll put some pictures up on the screen of other things that they make. And I did win a set of the Molly panels for the back of my truck, which I'll pop this out. I've shown before. But these side Molly panels that I have in the bed of my truck, I love them. And those are actually, I won from a giveaway from Trumgeta. So I really like the company. I like their products. But I think this one, like I said, I think it's just it's a solution looking for a problem. It's not something that I would really see. I would rather set up a table. I feel like a table is more versatile. You can cook at a table. You couldn't really cook at this. In a pinch, you could put a lantern on it or something, you know, and light up camp. That I think would be probably a pretty good use for it. But what I would rather see is, so let me put this back on the tripod real quick. I think maybe a better use of these magnets, if they've manufactured 100,000 of these magnets and they're looking for a reason for them, I don't think that this is the use case. I like the Molly panel's not bad. I'm not dying for Molly panels. I don't have like 1,500 Molly panels on the back of my seats and everything. Trying to stick them everywhere I can. Can it go vertically? It can't go vertically, so that's not an option to hang the little rack. You know, maybe if the rack, if the hooks were inset and you could use it vertically, you know, at this point, I'm just kind of offering feedback. That's what they're asking for. They're just saying like, hey, even if you don't think it's a great product, let us tell us how you would improve it. I think moving these little hooks in a bit so that you could use it vertically if you wanted to, that would be one upgrade. I think maybe including 2 hooks with the pack, or 2 little shelves with the package would be nice, so that you've got one here and one up here. I do like how you can put it kind of anywhere. You can put it at the top, you can put it in the Molly panels. These little hooks I see getting lost in the first day. You know, yeah, it's kind of neat that they could go here or they could go here. I feel like there's got to be some way to keep them from just disappearing. Maybe put a little threading on the end of this, and then you put it through here, and then you thread a little nut to keep it contained, to keep it captive in this slot. Might be a good use. I don't foresee this being a huge deal. The fact that this lines up is neat, I guess. But for the storage sake, I would probably throw this in some sort of zip bag or like a paper bag or something and just kind of keep it together that way. I wouldn't rely on the carabiner, you know, do-it-yourself bungee cord to keep this stuff together. I would just use a table, you know, in 90% of the situations. Oh, what I was gonna say, if you've got a zillion of these made, you know, these magnets, I think a better use case for these would be come up with a modular system that uses these, because this is nice, honestly. Having like this adjustable, lockable, it goes right here and it's got a light. It's got a magnet that's, you know, it's got a lantern that screws in, and you could pop this up here. You could pop it over here. You know, need a light in an instant, there you go. And that's not coming off. I think that that's actually pretty nice. And I could think of a couple other, you know, like a lantern would be nice. Maybe, you know, just some hooks, honestly. Like just a hook that comes up here and you stick it here and then you hang up your rain jacket. You know, you don't want to bring it inside the tent. You don't want to bring it inside the truck. It was raining earlier, and maybe now it's dried off a little bit, but you're just looking for a place to put it. You could certainly just do that with this. Just point this upward and hang a sweatshirt on it or a jacket on it. But I think that that would be a better use case than trying to put some shelf on the side of your truck. So anyway, I appreciate Trumgeta. I mean, this was literally one of the points of the channel that I made this channel for, is that I was jealous of watching other YouTubers and they would be like, I got sent a full suspension kit and I'm gonna test it out, or I got sent a rooftop tent. And so this is kind of the dream coming true. Them reaching out and saying, hey, we're gonna send you a product. We're just looking for honest feedback. So props to Trumgeta, thank you. Again, I'll link the product in the description. I believe it's for sale right now on Amazon probably, but I know that they were soliciting feedback, and so I'll put the thread, the Tacoma4G.com thread as well in the description so you can see. Great company, great quality. I think it's a solution looking for a problem. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.